Hello and welcome to My Fusion Helper. In this short video, we're going to discuss the email address validator. Now, the email address validator is a powerful new helper that will allow you to validate your email address against common known spam traps, bots, troll accounts, and even suggest autocorrections such as gmail.com instead of gmail.com for you. So let's get into it. Alrighty, now we're just going to kind of go through a quick demo of how everything's set up, how the helper builder screen works, and some of the configuration options that we can use to go ahead and use the helper. So let's get started. So the first thing that you're going to see in the helper builder screen is the email that you want to go ahead and validate. Now this can be your email, the first email address. You can also use a secondary email address if you'd like. As you can see here, we have it pre-selected for the first email. Now what we'll want to do is go ahead and tag our email validations that are good and verified email addresses, and then what we're going to want to do is tag those that are not. So these can be bad email addresses, ones that aren't verified, ones that are just invalid in general, spams, potential complainers, maybe it's just a catch-all email address, anything that doesn't fit within the good and verified criteria. And you'll notice that we also have some advanced tagging options as well. Now these advanced tagging options allow you to further segment based off of what actual response that we're getting through our validation. And you can see these here on this next slide, from verified, undeliverable, catch-all, malformed, spam trap, potentially a complainer email address which would bring down your reputation score, or even email bots. So we want to look for all of these throughout the helper builder. Next, as you move along, you'll see that we're giving you the ability to apply a tag if the auto suggestion is present. So what we're looking for is common misspellings, potential easy suggestions such as gmail.com to gmail.com, Yahoo instead of yahoo.com. So just simple typos that we might see. And then what we allow you to do is just go ahead and tag that contact if you would like. And then if you want, save that suggestion field to an additional email address custom field within your Infusionsoft application. And the final step to building the actual helper is you want to just go ahead and confirm that to the cost of the validation, which we're offering a low 1% validation, and if you use more contacts throughout our validation service, the pricing drops a little bit. We also allow you to use a 3-day validation cache. So if you want to recheck the same contacts that are within your application, you can. So you can rerun the helper and not get charged for those usages. So once you do here, you go ahead and create or update the helper. Alright, so let's go ahead and hop on into Infusionsoft. So you see I just created a simple campaign here. On the left side we have a simple tag completion goal, and then a sequence that leads to multiple tag completion goals depending on the validation status. So you can create any arbitrary check email tag you want to go ahead and kick this off, and inside we'll just drag a simple sequence out. Inside there will be our HTTP post, which will look like this here. So we just go ahead and drag that out, add the HTTP post, which will talk to our servers, and then we'll just go back so we can go and talk over the gold methods as well. So when we trigger the email as a good email, we'll trigger that top tag as the email valid, and any of the additional invalid tags that you applied, such as spam bots, spam traps, any malformed emails, just not validated, invalid emails, or if there's an auto suggestion present as well. We give you those options there. Alright, so some quick examples here. One just at the beginning of your main welcome sequence and campaign. Let's go ahead and ensure that we actually have a valid email, that it isn't a spam, that isn't a bot, or any email address that's going to potentially hurt our reputation score and potentially get us flagged so we can't send out email anymore. So we want to build that trust right up out of the gate. So we want to go ahead and ensure a contact has a good email address before we trust them. Another way is just for manual email hygiene review. So we kind of suggest to do this about every 3 months on a 90-day review. Just kind of get some of those bad actors out of your list to keep your list nice and clean, which will in turn keep your reputation and your reports all accurate with valid email addresses, valid contacts. So we don't want to skew that data to be looking at emails that went to potentially invalid email addresses, spam traps, bots, and in turn kind of change our open rates and all of our data that we're looking at. Thank you so much, and this was the email address validator.